Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 2, I'm sorry. Back up here, I'm going to try this fight again. They do have some things that I would like to get. And I think I have a plan for doing so. Let's make sure that AI is off.
It's timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
I will not have your insults anymore. I've had a very, very bad day. Alright, I'm going to take damage from this skull trap. Yes, Pookie's dead. Excellent. Alright. See if I can kill you. I should have ruined your spell. There we go. Sunfire. I don't know how much more I can take for my stone skin, and there goes stone skin. There we go. And I died. Wow, that is really fast. So I've actually done this off screen and made it through. I may do the stone skin before, try to re-up that before I do the other things, but we'll see. Turn off AI again.
It is done.
No, not you. You.
It will be done.
It's timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
That's it. I'll not take your insults anymore, dwarf. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the skull trap out. So, I did take some damage from that. Let's do that. And I am confused. Alright, that's no good.
It will be done.
Alright, I may be able to get further in before the stuff triggers.
Timber's
Yes.
bad enough without ye bothering me.
Not take your insults anymore. Whoa. Let's turn that off. Do another one. Put up stone skin again. Okay, so that's re-up. Get out the skull trap, please. Okay, now, all three of you... I need you to die. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Try magic missiles against you guys. Because that guy runs away. And I would really like to eliminate him. Starting to take damage. Go after him, please. Yes, there we go. Okay. So that guy can be rather annoying.
You point, I punch.
Because he runs away. He is a coward. Go after that guy.
Nature's servant awaits.
Go after that guy. Go after that guy. We can turn on AI now. Actually, you know what? Drink one of these. It's worth it. There we go. So the nice thing about the insect swarm is that he will occasionally run away. So that's very nice. Like he's doing right now. And we will eventually get him. Okay. And a trap has been found. Okay.
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Fairly successful. Get some experience for all of this. Okay, first things first. No one else got injured, so let's just go ahead and heal up Almandretta. And grab the cash. So you take one of those, you take those two, and give one to you. Not that this is balanced at all. Didn't end up using these wands. I was thinking about doing so since they all only have one charge. They're really not worth selling at all.
I'm ready, I think. Fleet of foot and all that.
Some more cash. Okay. Well, let's see what we have inside these. Lots more cash, 230. Be a nice bit for us. A garnet. Those are really, really magenta garnets. I don't remember garnets being that shade. Alright, arrows +1. Go ahead and merge those up. Okay, so, let's see. Minsk, grab some non-magical stuff. I also want you to take that. You can take the gem. Almandretta, grab all of the magic. Alright, so we got a pretty good haul. Full plate armor. Yes, please. Let's see. Armor class 4. Armor class 3. So yeah, we'll stick with the mail on Jaheira. We'll keep the splint for now, because that might be useful. Alright. Nothing very good there. Alright, so, wand that I can't figure out what it is, ring that I don't know, a two-handed sword that I don't know, warhammer +1, short sword +1, studded leather armor +1. It's going to affect your thieving skills, but let's go ahead and give that to you, because that's 2 better armor class. Whispers of silence. While hidden or invisible, the wearer is non-detectable by means such as detect invisibility and scrying. That should still not apply to true seeing, but it seems like it does, because I kept putting Jaheira in true seeing and it wasn't doing anything. While hidden or invisible, the wearer is non-detectable by magical means such as detect invisibility and scrying. So, reportedly created for a lineage of the greatest burglars ever to walk the night, this cloak was apparently a success. No record exists of previous owners. Go ahead and give that to Yoshimo. Alright, so I need some identify spells. And you know what? Since we're probably going to rest twice, let's go ahead and just grab that. Let's get rid of one of these Sunfires and get back Breach. Alright, that's fine. Alright, we've checked all of the things. Oh, and people did point out that it was stone skin making my colors gray. I had completely forgotten that element of stone skin in the Baldur's Gate games. It's kind of a misunderstanding that it absolutely does make your stone look like, or your skin look like stone. That's not listed in the spell description in 2nd edition. it's still, you know, arguably may
Quickly
do
and
so if
precisely.
it's up to an individual dungeon master, but that's not actually specified in the game. Alright, let's go ahead and see your services. Go ahead and rest. Did I not? Did I rest? No? Oh, I think I hit done rather than rent. Okay. We know what this is, of course. 6 lightning bolts, damage 3d6 electrical, save versus wand for half, 100 feet range. So, a wand of lightning should do 66 damage, period. And the range, I'd have to look back if it's 40 feet or 80 feet. But, yeah, like, 6 bolts of light. That's, I mean, that's a lot more damage overall, but a lot less per bolt. It's only got 8 charges. Alright, Cursed Berserking Sword +3. This is a cursed sword which performs perfectly under every test, save the heat of battle. Upon entering combat, the wielder will immediately go berserk, killing everything within reach until either calming down or falling unconscious. A very powerful sword, but one must decide whether or not it is worth the risk. Even once the battle fury has ended, the sword can only be removed via an exorcism using a remove curse spell. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. Ring of Invisibility, Sand Thief's Ring. Held by a master thief for the better part of a generation, this ring was put to bold use in the markets of Waterdeep. Working a crowd in broad daylight, the rogue would steal countless numbers of purses from nobles, replacing them with bags of sand so the theft would go unnoticed. His identity was never known, but the name Sand Thief was cursed loudly in its stead. It is rumored he retired and now lives among the nobles he used to rob. Well, probably not if this ring is floating around. Invisibility once per day for 12 hours. Let's go ahead and give that to Yoshimo. It's not improved invisibility, but I mean, we'll take it. Oh, I should have had you cast,
I await your need.
should have had you cast Goodberry. It only creates a stack of 4, which is a shame. So we'll keep the weapons for now. I don't know who we're going to end up getting. I don't have anyone to give that to. I want to keep that. Small shield, not very important. Okay. And I memorized Find Familiar. Actually, no. So I'm going to be loading up because I did all this and then it didn't take. The recording didn't take. So I'm going to... this is all temporary. So yeah, I didn't actually do that in the original episode. So let's not do that now. That would be silly. But we're not going to get into any more combat, so...
Without hesitation.
Let's just leave. It is nighttime, though, which...
This will not take long.
Yeah,
If
let's
it must be
have it
done.
daytime. It looks nicer. Okay, out we go into the daylight with that success. So I did sell some things, I did buy some things. I got a scroll case, for example. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and head
It will
down
be
here.
done.
I did pick up all of the items except for the quarterstaves, which I'm pretty sure don't sell for anything.
Yoshimo is willing.
Don't mind me, lady. It's so nice that she doesn't care, and I got that experience.
I'm
Hello.
listening.
Anything you need, I can likely provide, I assure you.
Good business to you. I have not seen you here today. Have I the fortune of meeting a stranger to the city of coin?
Yes, I am new to Athkatla. My name is Elmantretta. Pleased to meet you. I am new, yes, but my business is my own. I know I've been in this city for some time, actually. We'll be honest.
I am Mira, proprietor of this stall and its wares. You've been delivered by Pearl to me, I think. Have a look at my stock and ask me whatever you wish.
Perhaps you could tell me where I might find an inn, a place where information can easily be obtained.
You are an adventurer, my lady, no? You might find others of your ilk at the Copper Coronet in the slums.
Right, do you know anything about the Cowled Wizards?
The wizards? 'Tis ready to even discuss them. Magic is foreclosed here, and I know little of the wizards and their kind.
Well, perhaps you could tell me something of the Shadow Thieves.
The Shadow Thieves? I know little, lady, and consider myself up a pearl for the lack. All the crime in the city can be attributed to them.
All of the crime, really? I haven't met the Avatar yet. I mean, I'm looking for special equipment, perhaps something potent and magical. Do you have something like that?
I sometimes have a bauble or two of such quality in my wares, but not often.
Well, let me look at what you have in stock, then.
But of course, you'll find that Mira is no kobold when it comes to quality and affordability.
Alright, standard weapons, longbows I suppose might be good for a couple people. Splint armor, plate armor, don't care. Arrows +1, bolts +1, a few potions of healing, potions of heroism, bullets +1 as well. I would probably lean towards getting the arrows +1 for sure to start with, and the bullets +1 as well. It's just kind of good to not... At this point in the game, it's probably best to start, ditching the regular non-magical arrows and other things. And some more potions of healing could be good as well. Alright. I don't know if it's a thing that prices for selling changes from shopkeeper to shopkeeper, so I am going to hold on to this for now. We'll see if we can check someplace else. Small shields are cheap enough. Leather armor is cheap enough. I don't think we'll need that. Splint armor, and I'll keep the helmet for now because it is a fancy hat. I'll keep the hide armor as well just in case, but I'm going to be leaning towards selling it pretty quick. Huh. I was not expecting you to be able to sell good berries. It's not exactly a great money-making thing, but it is a money-making thing. Let's just go ahead and sell all these. Okay. Alright, nothing else special. Do we have any stalls or people over here?
Sir, you look like a man who needs a good spell over his wife.
Looks like we have some inventions by Gaunsman. Hello, boy.
Who are you?
I think circuses are stupid, and I say good riddance if someone died there.
Wow. Hi, Snake. Snake? Snake! Hello? Well, let's talk to you first.
Who are you?
My mom is still inside. They say she can't come out.
What are you talking about, child?
My mama went into the tent to see a show, but something happened and now nobody comes out. There's guards who won't let nobody in anymore. But my mama's in there. I want my mama.
That's a tough break, child. Too bad, no. I'll go see if I can find your mother, alright? Just calm down and be brave.
Okay, ma'am.
We must help this child that I've heard from across the whole marketplace. I will find who took his mother and teach them a thing or three about decency, respect, and keeping their hands off other people's parents.
That's reasonable.
For the glory of arms.
Oh, hello.
Hold, this tent has been closed off for your own safety, citizen. The circus has been closed until this matter is resolved.
Why? What has occurred here?
We're not exactly sure. It was no problem until a show was scheduled earlier in the morning. Apparently the show began well enough, and then something occurred. Something, huh? Nobody has come out of the tent who went in for the show, and everyone we've sent in to investigate has not come out either. Foul magic is no doubt involved here. We are waiting for the cowled wizards to arrive. They will be able to solve this, I'm sure.
Nobody at all has gotten out?
Well, we have been told that one of the animal trainers darted out after the show began, but we have not been able to find him yet.
Well, I might be able to track him down. See you later.
On your way then, citizen.
Alright, so we can, it sounds like we can either go in or track down this animal trainer. I think we'll try tracking down the animal trainer first. Oh, hey, Hawker. Hello.
Step right up, step right up.
Come, enter the Adventure Mart. Behind me you will find all the equipment any adventurer needs.
What do they sell?
Weapons, both magical and plain, stolen armor from the lairs of dragons, scrolls of sorcery, anything you need we have.
Anything? Anything?
Well, alright, no, we don't have a wand that does unlimited meteor swarms. Alright, stop asking.
You need to get some more truth in advertising, sir. Let's go ahead and get. Thank you. Gareth, hello.
I trust all this man.
Don't even think about trying to steal something, huh?
Perhaps your eyes are better than mine. Do you see any salamander dust here?
What do you need salamander dust for?
You're not a cowled wizard, are you? It's for soup. Yes, that's it. Salamander soup for my, children and things. Do you see it or not?
Why not just ask the storekeeper if he has any?
Ribald, we are not on speaking terms. He tried to charge me 3 coppers for a bottle of pitch and a clutch of mice tails. Outrageous! I won't speak to him until he apologizes.
You seem to have some problems. How do you buy anything here, then?
Very quietly. Now look, is it too much for an old man to ask? Do you see any bloody salamander dust or not?
No, I don't see anything here.
Tit my centaurnations, I was sure I saw some here the last time. Did somebody sneeze when I wasn't looking?
Hello?
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
And I really need you to have a different default dwarven dialogue bit.
You should be wary of the cowled wizards if you ever cross paths with them. They be a frightening lot. The only ones in Athkatla may practice magic. You've never even met a cowled wizard. I dare say I did, Ribald. 2 of them at once, and they regretted it too. I'd be willing to bet the only thing I regretted about meeting you was having to put up with your smell. Now, I say, just what kind of a friend are you, anyway, to say such things about me? I be fresh from the sailing ship, I am. Recently come from the Moonshays. Choppy seas it is.
Brelm, you've never been on an actual ship once in your entire life.
You're going to keep opening your mouth, ain't you? I'm warning you, Ribald. You keep that wyvern away from me now. Lucky wouldn't hurt a soul, Brelm. Or Lucy. You just mind me now. I don't like the look of it, and I don't like the smell of it, so there.
I need a swig of some strong.
There be a huge silver sphere that they say appeared in the slums out of nowhere, it did.
Did you even go and see it?
I did last week. Huge thing. It is larger in life and twice as grim. No one knows how to get inside. No one's come out.
You were drunk all last week.
Well, I still went and see it, blast it. I ain't blind.
That's not what you said after 9 pinches of that Termish whiskey you drank the day before that last.
Well, I be allergic to Termish, and besides, it has naught to do with yon sphere.
Ooh, a sphere. See anything else? I know there's at least one other thing you can say. Oh, well, whatever. Let's go talk to Ribald.
Ribald Bardaman at your service.
Greetings to you, good sir. I trust all is well.
It is well enough, Mr. Hera. You will not bring Harper trouble to me doorstep, good lady. I might remind you that my days of involvement with your kin are long over.
I am not here in an official capacity, suspicious one. There's no need to worry.
With your kin, there is always need to worry. But I should mind me manners. Please excuse me. Ribald Barterman at your service. My adventure mart is the finest shopping in all of Faerun. Widest selection, lowest prices, and nary a fancy illustration. Just the goods, bare and plain.
Is that a dig at Aurora's Whole Realms catalog? Yeah, some items we're interested in.
Music to me ears. There's a customer born every minute and a rube soon after. What'll it be for you today?
Alright, Battle Axe +1. Mace +1, Flail +1, Flail +2. Dagger +1, Darts +1. Sirius's Blade +2. Sirius, a white minotaur who traveled the Osrun Mountains and Turmish, lived for nothing but the thrill of combat and encouraged warriors to challenge him for his magical weapon, a powerful halberd. Despite his aggressive nature, he was an honorable combatant and never slew opponents he could overpower. Sirius met his superior only once in a battle that lasted hours and had the minotaur often fearing defeat. The contest ended when his opponent's sword broke, but Sirius knew he likely would have been bested had it continued. He presented his weapon to the astonished man, who thereafter told of this noble creature to anyone who would listen. It is just a standard halberd +2. Okay. Borak's Fist +2. That's a Warhammer +2, it looks like. Borak Thundercracker was a dwarven hero that led several campaigns against giants and other tall vermin that had plagued his people in a number of their communities. This hammer was his blessed weapon, which his elven allies called his Little Iron Fist, though not to his face. So it does an additional +1 electrical damage, so damage-wise it's like the equivalent of a +3 weapon. Standard Warhammer +2, so you pay an additional 2,220 gold for that +1 electrical. I will note that you'd probably pay the same for a Warhammer +3. There's a Sling +2, which I may get. Spear +1, Spear +2, Quarterstaff +2, Staff Mace +2. This weapon appears to be a normal large walking staff, but it has a faint aura of alteration magic. Uttering the command word causes the staff to assume the attributes of a mace, allowing it to be wielded with one hand. This was likely designed for clerics or druids, though that does not preclude use by most others. So it does have quarterstaff proficiency, and it does Morningstar damage, actually. It's something to consider for Jaheira. Staff of Rin +4, and there was a time when magic was distrusted even more so than now, and the burning of heretics was woefully common. Was there? Delmarais, a witch from the swamplands near Mithrin, faced just such a fate when she was blamed for an unseasonable drought. Taken by surprise and sentenced by a mob, she was put to the torch in the village square. With her dying breath, she uttered a foul curse, fueling the fire to an unstoppable magnitude. By dawn, the entire village was reduced to black coal, save the burnt remnant of the pole Delmarais had been bound to. This staff has been imbued with some remnants of Delmarais' power, making it a highly enchanted weapon. So it's basically just a standard quarterstaff +4. Also something to consider. But that is also almost 20,000 gold, so, you know. A longsword +1, a short sword +1, bastard sword +1, a short sword +2, a scimitar +1. Also something to consider for Jaheira. Katana +1, two-handed sword +1, heavy crossbow +1, light crossbow +1, heavy crossbow of Syrian +1. That's expensive. A marvel of engineering, this crossbow covers bolts and oil and sets them alight when fired. It is enchanted as well, likely to keep the mechanism working smoothly. It bears the hallmarks of the inventor's god, Gond. So heavy crossbows do an additional +2 damage over light crossbows. Not sure that's worth it for the speed, the slowness of use. This also does an additional +2 fire damage, so you're basically looking at 1d8 +5, I think. Which is not bad in and of itself. Then there's a heavy crossbow +2, a giant hair crossbow +3. Though hard to verify, it is claimed that the bowstring of this crossbow is made from the hair of a frost giant. Whatever the truth, the weapon is incredibly hard to draw, although its accuracy and subsequent damage are well worth the strain required. Strength 15 or greater. So, here's the thing. Like, look at this picture. There's a crank. You don't need strength 15 to use this because there's a crank. You shouldn't. That's the whole point of these things. Like, I've been in conversations with people who said, oh yeah, you should definitely be able to make a strength crossbow that requires higher strength to use and gives that damage bonus for, having an 1800 strength or something. No! That comes from the basic damage, because once it's cranked, anyone can use it. Oh. Complain. Longbow +1 might be worth considering. Composite longbow +1. Shortbow +1. Shortbow +2. Longbow +2. Strong arm +2. This massive bow was the property of the ranger Bearpaw, who reportedly received it from a strangely benevolent ogre. The reason for the gift was never discussed, but he earned the respect of everyone he met, and likely befriended the creature while patrolling the Cloakwood Forest. Bearpaw could draw back the bow without the slightest effort, but when he died, it was bequeathed to his wife and sons, and not a one could draw the string even halfway. They eventually sold it to a merchant heading south. So it's a +3 longbow. And it requires 19 strength. Something to consider for El Mandretta. So this gives +3 to damage. This does not. It should. I guess that's the point of a composite longbow. +1 to hit, +1 to damage. Oh, this one actually... Okay, so that's just +1 to hit. So that's why you want to use a composite longbow. What about a composite shortbow? Yeah, with that +3 damage, that is what a bow should do. A magical bow should do. It is possible to use a longbow, any bow +5 and arrows +5 and get a total of +10 to hit and damage. That's how they're supposed to work. I don't know why they didn't in this game, but arrows +2, arrows +1, probably something to consider as I get money. Bolts +1 and 2, bullets 1 and 2, that's good. Chainmail +2, splint mail +1, leather armor +2, studded leather armor +2, Karaja's life and death +3. That is regular leather armor. Karaja was Kalimshan's champion of pit fighting for a full decade, and seemingly unbeatable. His success, or so he claimed, was due to the mobility that his light armor afforded him. He may well have been unaware of the suit's other qualities, but his peers ignored his claims of ignorance when enchantments were discovered. The armor survived the subsequent beating, whereas Karaja did not. Armor of Deep Night +4. Let's see, that is studded leather armor +4. Enchanted ebony rivets adorn the black leather of this armor. Umberlee the Sea Queen granted this armor to Dami Darn, a rogue who slew the conjurer Luxil. The assassination pleased Umberlee, for Luxil had betrayed her in years past. Dami Darn died years later, a knife in the back from her successor in the Thieves Guild. Ager's hide +3. This heavy and thick bear hide is all that remains of the fabled Ager. Several hundred years ago, the Ager, a giant bear, terrorized hundreds of small villages up and down the Sword Coast. The bear was invulnerable to fire, cold, or acid. Finally, the young men and women of several villages banded together, forming a militia almost 200 people strong. The Ager was surrounded and finally slain. Less than a dozen villagers survived, and they carved the Ager's hide amongst themselves. Out of one of these pieces, this armor was created. 15% cold, fire, and acid resistance, and immunity to confusion. But it is just hide armor. Might be good for Jaheira, but probably not. I mean, oops. If it were better armor, like, that'd be pretty nice for those things. Or if it was actual leather armor, that would be really nice for a thief. Plate mail +1. Small shield +1. Medium shield +1. Large shield +1. Medium shield +2. Fortress shield +3. Armor class 4, additional 7 versus missile attacks. This shield, as tall as a man, is aptly named. With it, Phil Pius, a paladin of the most noble order of the Radiant Heart, once held a marauding battalion of hobgoblin and kobold archers at bay till they exhausted their arrows. As the shield is almost as useful in melee as it is at range, he then slew each and every creature. It's definitely something to consider if I have anyone using one-handed weapons with a high enough strength. Reflection shield +1. Though only a decoration from some forgotten fest hall, the shield languished in the back room of a shop until a young noble purchased it as parade armor. Its dormant enchantments were discovered when a later attempt on his life was foiled, as the shield reflected each attack back at the would-be assassins. Subsequent study has linked it to Mithrin, or perhaps some other ancient excavation. Reflects missiles back at their user. No protection against missile attacks. I mean, not that that should matter then, but I'm not sure if that is all missiles, like magic missiles, or does it also include arrows? Like, this seems to suggest arrows. I don't know. Ring of the Princes +1, the Victor. Crafted by Drow mages of the Underdark, this weapon was used as an arranged battle between two rival houses. Each combatant was allowed to use a single magic item to aid his efforts. This ring was the weapon used by the victor of the contest, though he never laid hands on it. It was worn by his sibling and fired from the crowd, striking his opponent squarely in the back. Everyone witnessing agreed it was a brilliant interpretation of the rules. 2d6 damage, range 100 feet. Something to consider. Helmets, bracers, AC 3. Yeah, that's really nice. AC 7. Protector +1, some potions, lots of potions, some protection scrolls, some spell scrolls, Rod of Resurrection. That should really be like 50,000 gold, but whatever. Ooh, a gem bag, we want this. Let's get that right now. It doesn't say how many charges it has. Ring of Air Control. I guess I wouldn't know until I bought it. Air elementals make for powerful foes, but with this ring, they can become valuable allies. Dark tales tell of a group of red wizards, all with rings of elemental command, descending upon small villages with no warning and destroying every living thing in sight. Although the truth of these rumors is questionable, the fact remains that a ring of this power in the wrong hands is dangerous. I mean, you have to encounter an air elemental first, or summon it or something. Like, this is most useful if someone is summoning an air elemental against you. Also, save versus spell at +2. Air elementals are going to have a pretty good save versus spell in the first place. But the nice thing is improved invisibility once per day. So that would be a good ring for a thief. Sword of Flame +1. I think we had that in the last game. Druid's Ring. A Druid... Ring of Animal Friendship, Druid's Ring. A Druid order in Cormanthor is said to cautiously guard the secret of the construction of these rings, which have never been seen in the possession of anyone outside their immediate membership, except now. How this particular ring escaped the protection of their forest is unknown, but there are rumors that an outcast could have brought it into exile with him. And it is just charm animal. Not really worth it. Bracers of Defense AC 4. That's pretty good. Girdle of Hill Giant Strength. I think that was ours. Definitely be nice to get that back. And a Knave's Robe. Yeah. Alright. Not too concerned about buying anything else. When we come back next time, we will continue to explore Athkatla. Check out more of the shops. Continue checking out this shop. And see if it has anything good for us. See you next time, everyone.